Now that's what you like to see, ladies and gentlemen. The Leafs come back after their two tough losses. One tough overtime loss against the Red Wings, then that abysmal performance Saturday against the Boston Bruins. And you go out there in Carolina, the Hurricanes coming off their West Coast road trip. You always say that the next game after that trip is always really difficult. And for the Hurricanes, late in the game, they just seemed to lose gas. And the Leafs just kept pumping it on. And they came away with the 4-1 victory in Carolina to get back into the win column. The Buds now 21-9-1 on the season. And the big thing is, the offense gets going today. Freddie Anderson bounces back from that tough performance against the Bruins. And overall, the team gets a victory. And that's the big part about this game here today. You know, and it starts about midway through the first period, the fourth line getting it done. Frederik Gauthier using his big body, getting that puck fairly about halfway down into the zone. They try to clear it, and Dermott keeps it in, and he fires it on a quick one-time blast from the point. And Frederik Gauthier, big man, obviously finishes his job on the boards and goes right to the front of the net, as he should do. And he's there to clean up the garbage. Nice little, I don't know if it was a pass or more redirected the puck to Tyler Ennis, who buries it into the empty net for his 5th goal of the year. The Buds get on the board midway through the first. They got the 1-0 lead. The fourth line gets it done, and that's what you'll want to see to start off the game. That's beautiful. The last time the Leafs were in Carolina, they got outshot to all heck in the first period. Carolina had the most shots they've had in a period in franchise history in that game. You want to change. I think the Leafs were down also 3-0, or they gave up 3 goals in that first period as well. It was horrendous. And the Buds come out there in the first period. They get the 1-0 lead. They have a 1-0 lead after 1, and they win in shots 15-8. Beautiful period on the road, the way you want to start the game. Now, you want to come out in the second period and come out flying. Well, they get a power play. And on the power play, guys, the Leafs tried to be a little aggressive on the penalty kill. And they try and force, who was it? Sebastian Aho to dump the puck down. Instead, Justin Williams more or less streaking down the right side, and a nice little pass right through the defense from Sebastian Aho to the tape of Williams, and a perfect shot up past Frederik Anderson's glove, and they tie the game at 1. But it's okay. It's okay. The team can score. We all know it. A minute and what, like 15 seconds after that, Morgan Rielly comes down the wing, tries to center it to Andreas Johnsson. Instead, Dougie Hamilton kind of slaps it in his own net. I mean, Andreas Johnsson kind of directed his stick into the puck, into the net. Nonetheless, own goal for Dougie Hamilton. Morgan Rielly picks up his 10th goal of the year. Matthews and William Nylander pick up assists on the play. Willie's first point of the year. I do a secondary assist on a greasy goal, so not so much you want to talk about when it comes to that. But the Leafs get the lead back, and they go into the second intermission, up 2-1. And guys, up until that Morgan Rielly goal, the Leafs did not play a very good second period. They get outshot 10-7 in that second, and they go to the third period with the 2-1 lead. And like we talked about right off the top, Carolina coming into the game, they just came off of their West Coast trip. It is never easy to play that first game back after that trip. Look, the Leafs did it. I don't know how they did it. When the Buds went on their West Coast trip, they came back against Columbus and came back from a 2-goal deficit to win that game, which was mind-boggling. But it happened, and they got the job done there, which was fantastic. Carolina, not so much. The Leafs come out in the third period, and man, do the legs get going. Carolina, not so much. Got to reel those legs, boys. That was a tough one for Carolina. But you know what we saw today in that third period? William Nylander's legs really start to go. There was times where he was out there too long. One time it caused a penalty. You know, and there's times, so maybe, you know, there's still things he's got to work on. But what you saw in that third period, him burst down the right side and wait, and puts a beautiful pass, tape to tape, to Patrick Marleau to the back of the net. The Buds get the 2-goal lead now, 3-1. Kadri with the secondary assist. And the Leafs got, like I said, the 3-1 lead about 5 minutes into the third. You come out in the third and you expand on your already lead. And it's beautiful what you want to see there. 3 minutes after that, Mitch Marner goes to work. He starts skating hard into the zone. I don't know if the defense were flat-footed or they were just backing up slow, because he goes around them, around the back of the net, kind of just plops it right in the middle. Tavares is at the net hard. He buries it. Wasn't pretty. Doesn't matter. Tavares has his 19th goal of the year. Marner and Jake Gardiner grab assists. Jake Gardiner quietly 8 points in his last 6 games. So, we were all talking garbage about him early in the year. Oh, he's not even putting up points. He's in a contract year. Uh-oh. Here he comes. 8 points in 6 games. John Tavares, I checked this out actually earlier, guys. His career high in goals is 37 last year with the New York Islanders. He has 19 this year. That is over halfway, because that's 38 if you double 19 and 19. We aren't even halfway through the year yet. So John Tavares could break his career high in goals this year. When you have a guy like Mitch Marner beside you, it would not surprise me. And guys, with the Leafs win today, and they outplayed the Carolina Hurricanes for the most part. Yeah, shots on goal were 30-29, which ideally is identical, but the Leafs outplayed the Hurricanes. They outchanced the Hurricanes, and they got the timely saves. Freddie Anderson, guys, when the game was tight, he was spectacular. 1 goal on 30 shots against, so he made 29 saves. That's a one goals against and a .967 save percentage. That's better from Freddie. He had that really tough one against the Boston Bruins. Hard to really blame him on that game, but he gave up 6 goals and like 20-something shots. Still not what you want to see. Comes out there tonight against Carolina, makes a couple really big saves, and comes away with the victory against the Hurricanes in Carolina. All right, so guys, this is a great game. You go out there, you get a great goaltending performance. The power play was a little meh right now, but you get great goaltending. You score 4 goals. You give up 1 against. Penalty kill was, for the most part, all right, except for that Justin Williams goal. I was all right with today's game, It's a game against Carolina, a team that you arguably should beat. But you got to take 2 points and move on, right? I mean, as much as we can, let's enjoy this game for what it is right now. And the next game this team plays is in Tampa against the Lightning. Zach Hyman suspended 2 games for I don't know what the heck you want to call it. Yeah, he wasn't looking, so it was technically a blindside hit. No hit to the head. He's not been a repeat offender. Why is he getting 2 games for that? And then Wagner in the middle of the ice just destroys Morgan Riley. Which, okay, blindside, had his head down. He's, not looking at the play. Gets hit hard near the head area. I don't know if it was first contact was the head or not, but he gets nothing. No hearing, no nothing. Whatever. I mean, the whole thing's a debacle. There's been a few that have been blatant headshots, and no one's batting an eye, so I don't know what the heck's going on with that whole player safety garbage. But as for the Leafs, guys, like I said, Zach Hyman will not be in the lineup there against Tampa. He'll serve in game 2 of 2 of his suspension. He'll be back against Florida on that Saturday night. On Saturday night, he'll be back in that game against Florida. But as for the Buds right now, guys, they take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. This is a test for the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Tampa Bay Lightning at 24-7-1 are top, not only in our division, not only in the Eastern Conference, but top of the league by 8 points. Actually, let me rephrase that. By 6, because the Leafs got the win there tonight. It's a measuring stick game for this Leaf team. They don't have Vasilevsky in net, Louis Dominguez in the net, but clearly it's not phasing them because they're still tearing teams up. And for the Leafs, they got that nice win today. Freddie Anderson's been playing spectacular. But how are you going to do against that high-flying offense in the Tampa Bay Lightning? It's going to be very intriguing to see what happens on there on Thursday night, 7:30 puck drop in Tampa. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and you guys enjoyed the win today. Smack the like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below what you think of the game. Who's your MVP in this one? I don't really know. Nobody really stood out. The fourth line was pretty good. Ennis was pretty good. Nylander had a couple assists. I thought he looked better. Freddie Anderson, statistically, looked pretty darn good. But nobody really stood out. If you have anybody that stood out for you, who's your player of the game in this one? Let me know in the comments below, guys, who your player of the game was. And Evan and I will talk to you guys Thursday, podcast edition. Link is in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes, guys. Twitter is also down below. Follow up, send me a DM. Do all that great stuff, and I will talk to you guys. Raptors edition later tonight. They start at 10:30. It's going to be a late one. No Kawhi Leonard in the game tonight. I think it's hip or quad injury for Kawhi Leonard. It's probably not serious. Hoping he's good to go, though, tomorrow against the Golden State Warriors because kind of need him. But that game goes to 10:30 tonight. Raptors in LA taking on the Clippers. As the Raptors look to play some better basketball. Now with Kawhi out, Lowry has to step it up. So we're going to have to wait and see how that all plays out later tonight. And as for the Buds, as for our Leafs, guys, like we've said, they play on Thursday, December 13th, in Tampa, taking on the Lightning, 7:30 puck drop. Freddie Anderson, Louis Domingue, the expected starters in that game. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you guys then.